For 300,000 years, humans have sought truths to our existence, toiling with the unanswered questions of our being. Who are we? What is our essence? What is the point? And perhaps most of all, what does it mean to live a fragile, finite life in an infinite, eternal universe? Our time is limited. How will you spend your fleeting time? Hopefully here with us for the next hour or so. Have a seat, grab a drink, and pop an edible, because we've got all the answers. My name's Jake.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Roux.
And this is Qualified Nonsense. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am very happy to introduce our guest this evening. We're recording at night. My very good friend, sister-in-law, and I was going to say something else. Sister-in-law, very good friend.
Bon vivant.
Anyway, savant. A force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Ralica Dionysieva Kull. We call her Roux. If she wants to be called something else, I guess she can pipe up and say so. But we joined the Kull family at about more or less the same time. I think you before me, but
Just a little. I beat you.
Yeah. And we go back a long way. We hang out a bunch. We spend a lot of holidays together. Our kids hang out a bunch, and we're both in North Carolina. You're in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, which is a smaller town. No, it's not super small, actually.
World famous middle of nowhere.
World famous middle of nowhere, but originally from Bulgaria, and she's an absolute delight. So we're looking forward to having her on the show. Roux, introduce yourself if you have anything else to say that you'd like to, tell us about.
Well, you did that thing where the rappers, you said everything about me, so,
Yeah,
I
nice.
have nothing left,
in your
I guess.
face.
But thank you for having me. I am excited. And, I am originally born and raised in Bulgaria, but I've been living in the U.S. for almost, 19 years?
Oh, my gosh.
I know. Time flies. I'm excited to just chat.
Oh, friend of the pod. That's what I was going to say. The addition in the middle of that was that you've listened to the pod before, and we're really excited to have you on. Brandon, I guess we'll pass it off to you because you've got the sort of what the show's about spiel.
Yeah. I don't have. Okay.
Oh shit.
Well,
sorry,
I have it
I put you on the
memorized.
spot. We'll put this.
A little behind the scenes. So we haven't been doing this new part with a guest, so I'm a little thrown off. But because Jake, I have welcome back. Feel free to blah 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 blah. But Jake, you already did the welcome back.
Welcome back.
But,
we should have coordinated that better.
Yeah, that's okay. We could leave this all in. But audience, feel free to drop us a line at qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or connect with us on our socials or find us over on our Discord server. If you or someone you know would make a great guest on a future episode of Qualified Nonsense, like Roux here, please let us know. Now's the time on the show where we take on Reddit's most pressing queries by finding the top trending questions and answering them here. Our first one comes to us from the Ask Reddit subreddit, username Ermland2. They ask, and also I'll preface this by saying, because this will be coming out the week of 4th of July, America's 250th birthday. Happy birthday,
brother.
America.
USA.
So I do have some American cultural themed questions. So anyway, what's an obvious sign someone's American?
Ooh, yeah, this is good. Roux, you should open with this because I bet you've got a laundry list.
Yep. Ice in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ice on the streets.
And I love ice in the water, by the way. I cannot. Ice on the streets. Yep. That's a good one. generally speaking, which is kind of funny to me because I think Europeans are very loud. So, but Europeans would say that Americans are loud. So I don't know. I'm not getting into that. Flip-flop sweatpants, those are kind of those. The British also go in there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that. So I learned about the ice thing not in the streets but in the waters. When I worked in New York, there was a couple of women that I worked with from Poland, and they were, every time someone was like, "Oh, can I get ice in the water?" They would always be like, "Ugh, what do you like? Why? It's so tacky. It's so much." Like, yeah, we get it. And I was like, "What? I like ice in the water." But they approached it with disdain. But
I used to order like soft drinks without ice because I thought I was getting more of a value. Like it was just me being cheap. I'm like, no, ice just takes up space and then it waters it down. Give me a big cup full of tepid Coke.
Yeah, but that's the problem when it starts getting room temperature. That's so rough.
Just warm, flat Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was meant to be American because I always wanted ice in my drinks, and when I lived back in Bulgaria, that was just not appreciated. And so now that I'm with my people here,
Do you have like strong opinions on your ice? Like, do you, for example, I really like Sonic because they do that crushed ice, the little like nuggets.
I just like a lot of it. That's all. If it can be mostly ice and then some liquid, that's it. I don't care what kind of ice it is.
All right.
So
And preferably off the streets. But
yeah. Well, that's fair. That's a little un-American of you, but that's okay. We won't hold it against. You have that cool refrigerator. This is how we backslide. We start talking about appliances, but you have that refrigerator that makes those small ice cubes, so they go in different sized water bottles.
Oh,
and
cool!
I love it.
Yes. Yes, you need it in every vessel has to have the ice in it.
Yeah,
I do
Absolutely.
prefer, like more crushed up ice, and especially like if you're drinking a cocktail, because I kind of like it like watering it down a little bit rather than like the gigantic like huge ice cube that you sometimes get, because like then it like melts and then it feels like you get like a second drink.
What's the do you prefer like margaritas that are like blended versus like ice cubes? Like, do you?
I think
prefer
I prefer like on the rocks margaritas.
Oh, okay. But I know the ice like what's the drink that's mule?
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule, isn't that typically served with like that crushed ice that you're talking about?
That's a mint julep.
Oh, okay, mint julep. I had a mint julep the other night because we've got a bunch of mint that out in the yard. Mint's really difficult to kill. I've tried to kill it so many times, and it's a weed, but it smells so good. So then it's like, all right, well, you've lasted this long. I guess I'll make you into a delicious drink.
That's what
I tried to order a mojito in Hawaii once, and they looked at me like I was crazy, and they're like, "We don't have mint here." It's like, what? Apparently, they can't grow it in Hawaii, and when it gets like it's not shelf stable for a long period of time.
Well,
so
that
like,
makes sense.
When it gets over there, it's like all molded anyway. So I was like, oh, okay. I thought like for sure
It
mint
is an
would grow in a
invasive
place like that.
species. So I bet they just don't allow to plant it because it's invasive. It'll just take over your yard.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about how difficult it is to get rid of. Same thing with bamboo.
A lot of herbs. Bamboo, yeah. I've seen a lot of bamboo forests that just sort of pop up out of nowhere around here because people plant a little bit in their yard and it just takes over.
Or kudzu, even worse.
Yeah, what is it, that? Kudzu is the it's like a really sturdy. Wasn't Chris eating kudzu for a while? Yeah. Okay. That's a sturdy. Chris
smells
is
disgusting.
my brother-in-law Roux's husband, and he's a delight. But he also he eats really like health. You guys both eat really healthy food generally. I always think
Sorta,
of you as
yeah.
eating healthy food. I think it's just actually I eat really poorly, perhaps. But yeah, there was a small stint where he was eating katsu, and we're like, really?
Like fresh off the vines, but like
Yeah.
only the young leaves. But it's
Oh.
still like just smells like stink bugs to me. I hate
Well,
it.
that's what I always feel.
I know. Who wants that? But it's
Yeah.
a delicacy, I guess, if you're in the world famous Wilkesboro.
Yeah, right.
So if we're
So-
trying to figure out things that are like uniquely American,
Oh, right.
would that be
Right.
like Waffle House or Costco or things like that? But I don't think that really says that you're American. I'd say
I think
like
generally,
Stanley
like-
tumblers, girls walking around with their mugs. Oh, there you Hey, you're an American now. You gotta have it.
Yeah, no, she got that
Yeah.
when she was leaving after she got her certificate of citizenship. What about like like foods, like because I know I feel like the United States has a bunch of like a melting pot of food varieties. I think like barbecue, like Southern barbecue. I don't think that's generally.
Like Central,
well, I guess there's
South America have barbecue. Like there's Asian barbecue.
Yeah, but I guess I was thinking of like the heavy smoked stuff because I don't know that a bunch of places. I guess smoked fish, like Northern Europe and Western Europe have a lot of smoked fish. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not.
I would say if we're trying to, I think the question was, how do you know that someone's American without them telling you you're American or something like that?
Yeah.
Not being adventurous in eating is one thing.
Yeah.
I think Americans are kind of known for going to a McDonald's in France instead of going to a French restaurant because a lot of times it's like, I don't want to do that. I have lots
the
of friends
safety.
who would just like not eat abroad, and I find that absolutely wild.
I feel like as an American, McDonald's is so ingrained in our culture and society that it is, you always hear that foreign McDonald's have better menus or more interesting menus than stateside McDonald's. And so I think it's more like, at least for me, it would be more of a curiosity sort of thing. Going to another country's McDonald's, like, ooh, they put teriyaki on their whatever, any
Right.
it,
Whatever
like
the
might not be that
nuance is.
exciting, but like it's just a little bit different than what you can get at home, and so it's kind of interesting to compare.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Although like the
I also
food
know-
items there, like definitely things you could recreate at home. You could like definitely go home and put teriyaki sauce on a burger. Go through the drive-through.
Ooh, exotic.
It makes me feel like I'm in Seoul or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Roux.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that I also think I've heard about people worrying about the water somewhere making them sick. That is like a uniquely American thing I had never thought about. Like as a kid, we traveled all over with my family. I never considered not drinking the water or eating the fruit. That was like a very like new concept to me of people like going to like Mexico or whatever and not drinking the water. Like it's just
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
don't know. It's never occurred to me. Never happened to me. Or maybe it did that I didn't know.
Something I've heard, and I don't know if you'd agree or not, is that Americans all wear hats all the time, and that's a uniquely American thing.
Like a
I do see
baseball
an
hat.
awful lot of baseball
Yeah.
caps. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Some people wear backwards hats all the time.
There's
This is
so
me
there's
de-aging
also,
myself.
I feel like there's a specific, and I guess this is the reverse of the question or the inverse of the question, but I feel like, so I work in IT and at like a help desk, so a bunch of people just walk up and ask for help, or like queue up, and then I'm like, hey, how can I help you? And there's a bunch of people at my job from different countries, and I can usually clock. There's some persona something, some sort of unknown thing that I can, like, 90% of the time I can clock if someone is not American. And I don't know what it is about it, whether it's like clothing style or I have wondered about like facial structures, because different languages require different muscles to,
you can just say you like to
commonly speak.
profile people, Jake.
Well, I do like to profile people because, like, I like to sort of like.
Jake's getting into phrenology, where he's like
This is
measuring
Well, we were talking
nice
about
study.
eyes,
Calm
and
down.
so right.
Do you clock
I don't
it
know.
before or after they say something?
Usually, so I try to sometimes I try to clock it before, and again, this makes me sound like a
I do the same
weirdo.
thing. You're just
but
saying it
it's
out
just
loud.
sort of interesting. And I really enjoy the times where I'm surprised, where I walk up and the first words out of someone's mouth, I'm like, "Oh, you're not American," and then I get to be like, "Oh,
You're
why did I
not
click
from
that?
around these parts.
If you don't like it, you can get out." No,
Jake's
I realize
like, knew it, called it, Russian. Got it.
I realize this makes me sound like a xenophobe, but I really, it's like one of the things that I enjoy doing throughout the day. It keeps me entertained. But yeah, do you guys clock that, or Roux, do you clock that in the reverse?
I would say as soon as somebody speaks, especially if I go to Bulgaria and then I come back, they're like, "Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Like, how can I help you?" Like that, like upbeat, like
The
customer
bubbliness?
service voice. Yeah, you don't get that where I'm from. Like anyone at the kiosk is gonna be like, "What?" Just,
It's that
they might
it's
smile
that,
a little bit, but
that former Russian charm, that Eastern Bloc charm.
yeah.
Yeah, the customer service bubbliness, and also like Roux, when you first came over, it was through the university, right? Or not through the university, but you went to university.
Yeah, I came to school.
Bulgaria,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and
Yeah, fresh off the boat.
and but that was in Virginia, so there was still like I imagine a fair amount of Southern twang that sort of occurred regularly.
Actually, no. I went to the University of Richmond, which is like a small liberal arts school in like an isolated campus. So most of the people were from like New Jersey and Philadelphia. It was like that kind of like white people was the majority. So it was a really culturally weird place to be. You had to like outside of the campus, yes, absolutely, Southernness was around, but in the campus, it was like a bunch of New Jersey boys.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a really, really, really weird first impression of the United States. Very weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
would say something like uniquely American, but also even almost like hyper. Just like I could identify kind of where they're from, but like the Southern boys that wear like pastel polos with their khaki shorts and like croquis with like sunglasses with the little string croquis on them. I was like, yep, they're from the South. You know,
Yeah.
Really.
that's a trust fund, baby, right there.
It is getting harder to tell with all of the like mustaches and mullets now, like who's American and who's Australian.
That's a really good observation, Brandon. That's it. I remember.
You could even say part of Eastern Europe too. That was,
I mean, everywhere.
yeah.
If you go to the airport, which I haven't been in a while, but I remember the last time I was at the airport, I saw a ton of mustaches and that sort of like not quite mullet hair, but like getting there sort of thing. I like it.
so my wife is originally from Scotland, and her cousin was the light engineer for a band called Belle and Sebastian, and they would tour around, and we got to go hang out with them, and I got to meet them for the first time, and it was a boatload of Scots people that I couldn't really understand of what they're saying. I just kind of laughed because the accent's pretty hilarious, and they're all laughing. But his name is Brian. He taught us a unit of measurement for the mullets because we were sitting by him one night, and he's like, "Whoa!" This is a terrible accent, but he's like, "Oh, it's a 5-fister." I was like, "What?" And you measure the mullet by the fist.
Oh no!
5 fists. And they were all like, "Oh yeah." They like are all trying to like go up to him and try to like run it back. So every time we see a mullet now, we're like, "Oh, that's a 3-fister."
I remember seeing a bunch of the mustache mullety hair. It's not called a mullet. It's called because, like, you know, the World Cup is happening right now, and there's a lot of hip haircuts on the pitch, and it's pretty fun to watch. But there's an awful lot of that Australian look, that thin mustache. Actually, some thicker mustaches too, but definitely
they all have like the broccoli haircut mullet. Now.
Or you're right, or the broccoli haircut. But yeah, I remember that was popular for Aussies in the early teens in New York. There was like where I worked at a restaurant. There was like a small contingent of Australians that would always roll through, and they were like super hip, and they had like the whole getup. And I was like, I couldn't do it. But like there were times where I was like, oh man, I wish I could.
I was also gonna add people who are unwilling to take public transportation.
Oh.
Like I saw a conversation the other day that took Japan's map of public transportation versus the entire United States, and it's abysmal.
No,
like and that's just rail, of train and speed bullet or light, whatever.
Bullet train?
Whatever it's called. Bullet train, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is sad. But I do feel like around here, you're like, well, just take the bus. And I'm like, ew, no.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And onto that, the willingness to drive. Like, Americans are ready to get in a car and drive for like 10 hours on no preparation almost. That like, I feel like Europeans...
I have another question that dovetails really nicely into this, which is...
Ooh.
Wait, what were some of the top answers?
Oh, sure. So the top answer, this is someone telling a story. They said, in Salzburg, I went to grab something from the drugstore. As I was checking out, I said hello to the cashier, thinking there was very little difference between how I said it and how Austrians say it. She immediately started speaking to me in English, and I asked her how she knew I spoke English. She deadpan stared me in the eye and goes, hello. I just about died laughing since I'm very stereotypically friendly American that says hello exactly like that. One of my favorite memories from that trip. So, I guess, Roux, to your point, like, Americans, like, just being a little bit more kind of, I don't know what the word would be,
extroverted.
But yeah,
it's a little performative niceness.
A little,
it's a little performative.
Like,
you turn it on. It's a personality.
Cordiality that's kind of excessive. Yeah. This person says, an Italian told me that Americans walk confidently in the wrong direction.
Rude, but also...
That was a diss. That was just a diss.
I feel seen.
They want ice in their water.
There you go.
This is in quotes. Hey, how are you?
Oh, I feel like that was...
And then you're not waiting
targeted.
for the answer.
Yeah.
That one got me in college a lot. People would say, hey, how are you? And then just keep walking. And I would just stop and think that we were about to have a conversation. It confused the hell out of me for a while. Like, yeah, I'm a... what? It's just why you ask the question if you're not going to listen to the answer?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Roux, I walked by someone at work. We've got this really long hallway, and this guy was like, he said he didn't like stop at all. He goes, hi, how are you? And I was like, hi. And as he passed me, he goes, I'm fine, thanks.
Oh,
but like he was pissed, and I was like,
I would be.
First of all, I don't fucking know you. Second of all, I was like, that he didn't slow down. Like it wasn't like he was trying to have a conversation. I was also like carrying a bunch of like monitors and stuff, so I'm like, really, you wanted me to like engage further while you walked away.
All right, new social experiment. It's going to be like stopping and waiting to wait.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I got an aura about me. Go out with my knife.
do-
Hi, how are you?
Well, I was gonna say no, Matt. You're actually like you do talk. You like spin up conversations with people, which is like, but
I'm
your
not good
superpower.
at I'm not good at many things in this life, but one thing I am good is making friends with strangers.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a
that's good.
superpower.
That's a good
Now I'm
skill.
gonna try it. We're going to a World Cup game in Seattle.
Are you really?
We went to, by the time this comes out, we're going to a World Cup game in Seattle. I'm going to try it. I'm trying to ask
Who are you watching play?
Bosnia and Qatar.
Ooh.
Got my Qatar jersey, or Qatar. Got my Qatar jersey already.
Bosnia and Herzegovina tied their match. I don't know what Qatar did. I think Qatar might have tied also. Contentious. Exciting. Have you guys watched any of the World Cup?
Negative.
Only the Scotland stuff.
How's Scots doing? I heard
They won.
They had a
They
late
won their first
sub
game.
that was a. Oh, good.
Big
I
time.
heard from
Yeah.
a neighbor that it was like a late sub, and the Scotsman that came out was like a giant ogre beast of a man, and everyone's like, "Fuck that! I wouldn't want to go out on the pitch with them and be like, you know what, you guys won. Forget it. I'm done."
I've been watching mostly the highlights because who has time
Because who
to
has
watch
time?
games?
Yeah.
But the
That makes
highlights for
sense.
sure.
It is cool to see, like, speaking of being uniquely USA, all the other cultures kind of descend on the US and how they're all being widely accepted. Like, the South Koreans that are in Mexico have, like, I can only imagine how their heads must have exploded when they had a proper taco. And, you know,
Yeah.
they're all, like, they're all throwing each other up in the air, and they're wearing sombreros, and they're wearing flags, and I don't know, it's really cool
It
to see.
does look like it seems like the cultural collisions have been mostly, if not all, like really lovely to see.
I think right now is like the closest we're going to have to world peace in a long time.
It's
Yeah,
also
probably
pretty nice if you are an American bar owner that like a sports bar, because I know during the last World Cup, like I saw a lot of posts online, like locally where I live, people like, do you know any bars that are open at 7 a.m. that are showing the game or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, and just for selling product, just the other yesterday or today, I forget what it was, but the Scotsmen are all in Boston, and Sam Adams actually, the brewery got drank out of their own lager.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they're putting a hurting on everything, but they're super nice. Like, they interviewed a janitor who was cleaning up, and he's like, oh, they all kind of like put their trash in one big pile. He's like, they can drink. I don't know if they have water in Scotland, but they can drink.
That's pretty good.
This person says, I worked as a cashier in a touristic place in Paris. I always recognized Americans because they were kind of friendly to me and they always left tips.
Oh yeah, is
Oh yeah,
tipping?
the tipping one. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
This other person says, if someone asks how far away something is, an American will tell you how long it takes to get there as opposed to a physical distance.
Accurate.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah,
About 5 hours away from here.
if somebody says, "Oh, how far away is that?" Yeah, you'll say, "Oh, it's about 10 minutes," rather than, "Oh, it's 2 miles," or whatever. Like, yeah.
Roux, is it an American thing to discuss at length the route you would take somewhere? Because the SNL had that.
No.
Okay.
Universal experience. Universal
great.
experience.
Okay.
Only
That's good.
when Bulgarians do it, it sounds like we're having like this big argument. So we'll get heated, and it will sound like people are fighting, but really they're just discussing which boulevard is better at this time of day. But yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
parents get into it, and it just sounds dramatic. But I think that's a universal human experience.
Nice. Roux, so Roux, the three of us were pretty late to traveling abroad, or just generally speaking. I think is that accurate, guys?
Yeah.
I've never left the U.S.
The country.
Yeah.
You're like,
fine.
are there other countries? But Roux,
I've been to
you
New
and your
Orleans.
family,
I'm pretty much French.
a lot when you were young. Is that right?
I mean,
did you
totally.
did you find that there were stark differences between the neighboring countries that you traveled to and beyond?
Yeah. I would definitely say as you move further away, the differences multiply. So Eastern Europe, a lot of the local Eastern European countries, not that different. A lot of similar foods. We all have the Greek yogurt, only we don't call it Greek, we just call it yogurt. We all have the feta, we just call it the cheese. So it's like a lot of similarities, and then you like start moving further away, and then that's when it starts to change. So absolutely, yeah. But you kind of have to, if you're from a small country, like it's really first of all, it's much easier to leave the country. You don't have to like drive a lot or get on a airplane for the most part. So it's like a lot more mundane, leaving the country is like, well, 2 hours that way to give you the time, 2 hours that way, and you're in Serbia.
Yeah, that's I love that. That's so cool. Roux, you got married in Bulgaria, or one of the times you got married. You got married in Bulgaria, not with different people. She just had you guys got married in the United States and they got married in Bulgaria. Anyway, one of my favorite memories of all time is going to Bulgaria and experiencing what your family showed us as being Bulgaria, and it's like in my mind is like just like so much fun. The absolute most fun I've had, and it's helped by the fact that you have a very generous family and that the Culls were there too, and they're wild and generous and fun. So, but yeah, the culture was really great, but the food was really, really interesting, and they put feta on all kinds of dishes, which is just like awesome. Do you guys like feta?
There's gonna be feta, tomatoes, or peppers on pretty much any dish you order. There's just no getting around it.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And speaking of which, Roux, we broke into the feta that you gave us we got some Bulgarian feta from Roux, and it's so sharp and it's so delicious, and thank you again. I don't remember what it was called, but everyone should get some because it's delicious. What is it called? What was that?
No.
Oh yeah, we'll drop.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
With Bulgaria where it's at, is there a lot of Turkish coffee available in Bulgaria? Mm-hmm. Do you like? Are you a coffee drinker, or do you like Turkish coffee? Yeah.
No, I like my coffee really milky, like a true American girl. Give me a latte.
Yeah, I have had Turkish coffee a couple times, and I've really enjoyed it. But I like I drink my coffee black, and I like really
a little psycho.
thick motor oily.
That's
coffee.
Brandon's
Oh. I mean, that's what my husband does, but I still maintain that that's a little psycho. Like, just spruce that up.
But espresso for the most part, right?
Yeah. It's mostly like espresso or like a Turkish coffee or like something like this big and bitter as hell.
Is it in Bulgaria? Is it an all-day thing? Like, you know how coffee shops are open sort of all day and late in the U.S.? Is it the same in Bulgaria?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, coffee after dinner is the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Sure. And everybody has an espresso machine, so everyone can hook you up.
Oh, nice.
That's wild. That's pretty cool. Everyone's got coffee makers like Mr. Coffees.
We should get Joe from Farmers Union on with Roux, and we should just have like a big, gigantic international coffee episode.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd be here for that.
And cheese.
Oh, and cheese. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could get. Oh God, I'm looking bad now on the podcast. The Stumblebum.
Eli.
Eli. Duh. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna tear us a new one.
I know.
I'll cut
Eli.
it out. I'll cut it out. You remember his name? Go.
Yeah, we should get all three, like Eli and Roux and Joe, and we can have like a coffee and cheese sort of podcast.
Yo, and we can each
beer.
make ourselves. We'll organize charcuterie. This is gonna be awesome.
Could do live tastings on YouTube.
Well, when we make it big, we can fly everybody to one place. Then we can all like do taste tests and record it in the studio. And fuck it, we'll give everybody cars too, because that's how much money we're going to be making. Since we're dreaming.
If we get 100 million likes, we'll give away a Tesla on this.
You won't believe what these guests got.
Yeah, we can fly everyone to our live show in the one like science center in Antarctica, where like the one person is listening to us.
We actually, we might need to make a trip to Vietnam or we have another hot spot in, I guess, India also. We got a lot of downloads in India. For some reason. Thank you. It's great. Before we jump into the next question, do we need to take a break, or are we going to just truck on?
Let's take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. And welcome back. Oh yeah.
I was going to ask.
Did anybody really need to take a break?
Does anyone need? I mean, I ran out of my drink, but I don't have to.
Yeah,
refill.
we can.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, you can refill your beverage.
No, if no one else is, I'm fine.
That's
Carry
why.
on.
That's why I bring two of them.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's it in there. I was actually, wrong email. I was actually going to log into our analytics and see where our most recent listeners are.
I mean, I feel like a lot of them are probably bots.
But I'm curious where they're pinging from.
Yeah. Like, not that
Why would the bots be listening, though? Like, what are they...
Oh, India. Mahanisha.
I have a lot of family
India.
there, so...
We had one. Let's see. I'm going to go all time. Oh, you have to upgrade to see all time. 180 days. Oh, look at that. Singapore, India, Bangladesh, Iraq, Australia, Mexico, Brazil.
Yeah, world tour.
We are least popular in Canada. Kenya enjoys us even more.
By the way, thank you for saying that about the sombreros, because I have seen people in sombreros in the stands at the games, and I've been like, why are these motherfuckers wearing sombreros? Like, how does that make any sense? And then now that you said it, I was like, oh yeah, the games are in Mexico. They just bought a sombrero.
Yeah, there's like
I've been baffled by the fucking sombreros.
there's pictures of South Koreans with big sombreros on, and they put these mustache and big bushy eyebrows on them. I was like, it almost feels like a bridge too far, but they're putting it on them. So I was like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, they probably bought it from a Mexican vendor. So, something I forgot to mention, Roux, is that if you wanted to, I know you're not. Well, actually, I don't know if you're working on anything, but if you wanted to plug anything, like anything that you're interested in or working on, or a charity or whatever you wanted, we could mention that towards the end of the episode.
No, I'm boring as fuck. So
no, come on, don't sell yourself short. You're so hip and cool. You're like by far the coolest, like among the coolest people I know.
That's because I'm a little rude. Other than that, there's just nothing about
That's
me.
true. That's true. You are a little rude, and so it makes me think that you're really cool.
Exactly. I mean, it's how, treat people badly and they're gonna think you're cool. I mean, it's
She's so
pretty
interesting.
much.
Yeah, it's like
She's such an asshole.
nagging.
That's
like
how I thought I was going to get a girlfriend in high school, and it never worked out.
Yeah, I know. You tried
Like,
hard
be mean
to
to him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
they love
pickup
that.
artist shit. Like, I mean, it is like like little boys like are mean to little girls because they like them.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, I think that's more of a subconscious thing, but I think it translates into adult.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Boys don't really grow up very much.
Okay, are we officially back now?
Yep.
Okay.
It's official.
All right, welcome back. Our next question kind of springboards from what we were just talking about a bit ago. This is from the No Stupid Question subreddit, username sensitive word 6036. They ask, why are Americans so accepting of long drives to places?
Oh, yeah. That's a good segue. Because it's so fucking big. The United States is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen. Have you seen those maps of like countries?
Beautiful country.
Stacked inside the United States. It's pretty.
Yeah, we
impressive.
are like 50 countries all kind of smushed together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't like what Matt was talking about with Japan. Like, I think because we are so spread out and we don't really want to dedicate the resources to it. Like, there's not really an easy way to get from here to there without driving or flying, and those are just the two main options for travel.
I think that's the car lobby.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good point.
They've been pushing. I think they push against. They have been historically pushing against public transportation, especially trains, because trains are just so efficient and like good at taking people places. But you won't have nearly as many vroom on the big highway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
culture.
Like freeway driving to me sucks. I hate it. Like I do enjoy driving like back roads and stuff, and I think that's fun. But yeah, just driving on the freeway, I hate it, and I wish that there was just more infrastructure to avoid doing that.
Yeah, I mean, so how much do you think? So interstates are, or were, federal, like jobs, right? Or like federal projects. And I wonder how much of it has to do with like states just don't get along. The whole states' rights things idea is fine, I guess, but like it's tough to get states to get along and to organize something to do like a big long project. The thing that like the European Union has going for it is the fact that they, for the most part, get along, or they have decided as a group that it's worthwhile having connective rails and stuff, and having borders that I mean, it's open borders in the United States.
What a bunch of losers. They'll never know
but
what it feels like to be on Route 66. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel kind of fortunate because there is a lot of cooperation, living on the West Coast between the three states, Washington, Oregon, and California. And they are kind of ideologically closely aligned, all three states. I mean, not broadly, but as far as their state governments go. And I do wish there was more kind of cooperation. I know they've talked about, like in California, there's high-speed rail. It's been talked about for like the last 30 years, but
right,
be kind of cool to see it, brought further north, like up into Oregon and Washington and even British Columbia. But
yeah, another
how
tax.
Much of that?
Sign me up.
How much of that do you think is trepidation around what is that called?
The Cascadia
what's the big
subduction
the
zone?
Cascadia.
The subduction zone, yeah.
Rue, do you know about that?
It.
I don't think so.
It's basically like there's a big fault in the Earth's crust that is anticipated to...
It's going to make all of our dormant volcanoes wake up and kill us all.
Like the last time it went off was
Yellowstone's gonna wake up and whatnot.
Yeah.
If Yellowstone wakes up, like pretty much everybody's gone.
Dead. Yeah, we're gone.
The other thing is that in Oregon, in like Portland, in sort of like the downtown Portland, what they were saying is that over the matter of a couple of moments, the whole Earth will drop by about 9 feet. Is the sort of like rough estimation. This is actually a few years ago that I had heard about it, and that would be just like from there to the coast, and that would be just like devastating. So
and the last time there was an earthquake related to this fault was about 300 years ago, and they're saying that we're like overdue for another one. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy in the tower that kept a raft and lived in the Washington side. So I worked in a building that was 46 stories tall. It was pretty big. And it made him feel better to carry a raft at his desk because he would have had to cross three rivers to get home.
Oof.
He's like, oh, that's my doomsday prep. It's like, ugh, you guys are way overthinking this. It's like, this giant ass building is going to fall on us before you get in your fucking raft.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I think Americans are accepting of long drives just out of necessity. But then, I know there's a lot of like people worrying that like the 15-minute city thing is going to come true or whatever in America, which I highly doubt it ever will. But I don't know. I would love.
What's that?
It's like basically a conservative boogeyman, where
Nice. I love conservative
A
boogeyman.
walkable city.
yeah,
Very scary.
basically like every city will become all of your resources are within 15 minutes. So they call them 15-minute cities. So hospitals, schools, groceries, everything you need is within 15 minutes. And
we're actually going to one this summer called Seabrook, Washington, which is a planned community. And they planned it like so well, it's a pain in the ass to drive in. They want you to ride your bike or walk.
And I think that
they don't have a hospital. I mean, they have a doctor's office and stuff, but it's like it's geared to have you be there, and that's all you need to do.
And to me, that sounds
like,
nice.
I don't know. What?
Brandon, you're sign me up.
Yeah, I think it sounds nice, but although like I live in a small enough town with little traffic where I can literally get from one end of town to the other in 15 minutes by driving, but
Roux, you're in that boat also. Wilkesboro, at least the downtown portion, is pretty small, right?
Yeah, for sure. Everything is about 10 minutes away. But I would say I grew up in a small, walkable town, and man, there's no comparison. It's much better to be able to walk to the supermarket than it is to drive to Food Lion.
Yeah, that's true. And your Food Lion's even pretty close, but I grew up like 10-minute drive from, at least 10 or 15-minute drive from the grocery store, or anything for that matter. And
but yours just felt so far removed for some reason. When you say it's
really
just a
far,
10-minute
right?
drive, it's like you have to go out in the back sticks. Roux, have you been to Jake's parents' house? Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to go
it feels like a
bushwhacking to
long
get out there.
15 minutes. And then it's like, hey, stay inside because there's these two small dinosaurs that might want to bite you. Like, yours is a little...
Yeah, that's true. It's more of a survival thing at my parents' house.
curd on the porch.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which way town is? Back
Mom,
the way
watch
you
the kids. One got stolen by an Apache last night.
Yep. That's about right.
I mean, Brandon, you were not too far away. You
No.
couldn't really ride your bike anywhere.
No. Yeah, I was like kind of halfway between like Matt where you lived and where Jake lived. I kind of split the difference a
Just
little bit.
inconvenient enough. Meanwhile, I got to walk my sweet ass over to the donut store every day. So
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Wait, Roux, so you didn't grow up in Sofia proper?
No, I grew up in a small town outside, but I could take a bus, and in about like 30 minutes on the bus, I'd be in the city.
Yeah. How old were
So
you
it
when
was
you
like
could start
6
doing that by yourself?
High school, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. High school was fine. Before that, it was like you had to get a ride. Although, I mean, kids would go younger, but I didn't until high school.
Yeah.
I do have a more meaningful and in-depth question.
Ew.
wait, I just thought of something about our first question. Is it a unique thing for Americans to call like our towns a town? Because I feel like I hear a lot more village claims from not Americans.
Is that
Like,
a
oh, this is my
translation thing,
village,
though, I
or-
wonder?
That's what I think. I think it's a translation thing because I call this town a village when I speak Bulgarian, and my parents often are like, "This is you don't live in a village, you live in a town," and I'm like, size-wise, this is a village, but I think village has like more of a agricultural sort of expectation around
there you go.
it, you know. So I think like that's where the difference comes in. I don't know that there is a village around here.
I have to brag for a moment because Roux, I've spent a lot of time with Roux and over the, hanging out and holidays and stuff. And Roux, you talk to your folks. First of all, what's the time difference between Bulgaria and here?
7 hours. 7 hours.
7? Okay. And she makes time to talk with her folks almost every day, right?
I try.
Yeah. But it's, so first of all, shame on me because I do not talk to my folks who are 3 hours, or these guys for that matter, 3 hours difference away. But
I mean, we do it every week.
That's true. You
That's
know
why
what?
we
That's
started
true.
this thing.
That's why we started this thing. That's a good point. But but getting a chance to hear you and your folks and your sibs talk is just a real treat. I love Bulgarian. It's a fun
Sounds
language.
like an
to listen
argument,
to.
right?
It is a little bit like an argument.
It's like an argument.
And you're like, is everything okay? Can I come and say hi? And you're like, yeah, get in here. Just talk about
Call
the
them
weather.
up, see if they want to join. It's what, 6 in the morning there now?
Yeah.
I have,
get them
That'd be great.
That
on
would
the
be
cast.
That would be a hoot.
I have a nagging, ugly American question that I want to ask about Bulgaria. With it bordering Romania, have you ever been to Transylvania?
No. Actually, you'd be surprised how few Bulgarians have visited Romania and how few Bulgarians visit Bulgaria. Like, I don't know what it is. There's like a river in between, but it's just not
A river. Ugh, forget about it. Not crossing that.
It's the Danube,
get in my
which
car.
is a huge river. It's
Wow.
yeah. It's not like a small river. It's like a huge river. But anyways, no, but like Bulgarians think that Romania is shitty, and Romanians think that Bulgaria is shitty.
Well, that's
in
what I was
reality,
going to ask.
in reality, they're both shitty. Pretty much the same shitty. There's just no difference.
That's kind of like a Russian-Ukraine relationship.
Yeah. But I have never been to Transylvania, and I didn't even know the vampire like stories about Transylvania when I lived there. So I don't know.
Right.
Sorry.
Brandon
I
would have
wish
been
I had
there
the other.
I had
all
to
day,
ask.
every day.
I was waiting for him to be like, have you been to Transylvania?
Are you related to Dracula by any chance?
I mean, we are doing this at night, so I don't know.
Oh, hey,
Not
that's
saying
a really
anything.
good point.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Wait, was that your serious question, Brandon?
No.
This one's in
Serious
depth.
question. Got to bring it down now. Okay.
About the Americans being so accepting of drives to long places. The top answer here, they do say we could be angry about it, but then we just be angry and driving a long way. So
Yeah, that's true. Which most of the time, lots of times we are. We start happy and we end angry.
yeah.
That's true.
So last one here comes from the subreddit Ask an American, username Ornery2. They ask, what is America's greatest contribution to humanity?
Waffle House and Bojangles.
Bojangles.
It's bow time, baby.
Both of these are American only, though. The humanity as a whole does not know Waffle House and Bojangles. They do know McDonald's
That's
and
true.
Burger King.
That's interesting. Yeah, humanity
But, yeah,
as a
well,
whole.
I mean, you could also say
Humanities.
like Coca-Cola, but like Coca-Cola that's another thing where it's like
Is it good
Coca-Cola
or
in
bad?
in
Well, what about,
Bulgaria
like,
is legally
we
different than
I think we
ours.
can all objectively say that it's bad. I don't know that
Coke?
there's a huge... Yeah. Oh, can we not say
I don't think that Coke is objectively bad. I think it's objectively good.
Okay.
We're
like
also
a
talking to the guy who like literally foraged through his garden for his high school lunch
mean,
and came and sat and ate an onion sandwich with us every day.
Is Coca-Cola, like, as an entity, good for the world? Probably not. But Coca-Cola as a product is a good product.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, I see. You're talking about if it tastes good. I agree with you. It tastes good.
Okay.
But as far as like a contribution to humanity,
Yeah.
I don't know that it ticks the boxes.
Coca-Cola, baby. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. You're welcome,
Nice.
world.
Peanut
Matt, I
butter.
like that you're sticking to your
Peanut
guns.
butter.
Oh, yeah.
Peanut butter. That's an American thing?
I've heard Europeans are grossed out by peanut butter. Is that true?
Fools. No.
No other culture has thought of smashing up peanuts. That was us.
Not that I know
Yeah,
of.
George
I don't know.
Washington Carver.
Yep.
President knowledge. Got it. Brandon got. This was a trivia question once upon a time, wasn't it, Brandon?
Yep. He was
No,
just
you learned that in grade school. That yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I remember all that.
No need to knowledge shame us.
Oh, peanut butter was invented by a black man.
Must have been nice to go to grade school.
What about like personal computers? Is that an American thing or?
Oh, Japan probably had them like 10 years before us.
That would be a tough.
The internet?
That'd be a tough sell.
Is the internet?
The internet, I think, but that's like a U.S. military thing, and I guess it could still be. But is it objectively
it was made by
good?
what's his face
I was
sitting on his couch?
say that.
Well, I mean, we're all in different parts of, the country right now, and we're talking to each other.
Hey,
You're right.
the two people from North
The
Carolina
internet.
haven't said it. I'll say it. The gift of flight, even though I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But-
right.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. That's true.
Which,
gosh,
yeah,
we
no.
ignore most of history. We can say democracy. We just have to ignore most of history before Americans started, but then we can say
That's-
democracy.
I
We
mean,
do spread that.
That's a sore spot
like-
right now.
like
Sorry.
the fact that we are a very multicultural democratic society for the most part. Like, obviously there's problems with it, but I feel like that's pretty uniquely American. It could be used as a template for other countries.
I mean, would you? How do you say this? Could you say no?
And I'm not
I was gonna say- I was
advocating
gonna say
for imperialism or anything, but I'm just saying.
Brandon does not represent the views of everybody on this.
Yeah. Nice.
I was gonna kind of say immigration, but to the fact of being a melting pot of coming to a country and having the American dream. Like, surely that exists in other countries as well, right? Like, I would say it'd be nice to go somewhere else for a different dream right now, but
No, I do think that immigrant dream and possibility is very American. Now, does it still exist, and is it going to continue to exist? That's up for debate. But yeah, I think that is a very American thing. I think people from all over the world have chased the American dream and immigrated here. I mean, everybody that I know has like some sort of family relation of a distant cousin or whatnot that went to America and never came back.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about this recently about how large, like physically large, the United States is, and how I wonder if it's more, like the Civil War occurred and the South tried to secede, and I wonder if it was just like because there was fighting. Was it just like too big of a logistical nightmare to try and let that part go? Like, I wonder if if the United States is a result of like a sort of too big to fail sort of situation where it was like no one could quite organize how to break it up in a way that made sense, and so it was so big and so growing so rapidly that like it sort of got away from itself to be able to be anything but a sort of like.
But look at us now. We can draw boundary lines for school districts. Say, you're going over here and you're going over here.
That's, yeah.
I can deal with it.
Kind of to your point, Jake, I do think something the U.S. lucked out on as a country is that we are, well, one, like, there's a shitload of natural beauty here. Like, America, the U.S. is a very beautiful country. I mean, not all parts, but like, for the most part, like there's a lot of natural beauty.
Not all parts. Detroit, we're looking at you.
but also just strategically, we're pretty well placed. Like, we have the Pacific, we have the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, Canada, Central America. Like it's all like, it's like there's ports and waterways, and it's
it is.
Well, so, but that's sort of my I mean, I guess you said like to my point, but like that's sort of my point in that it's so big that it doesn't seem like it ought to be a country, right? And so I guess
should
the
be a
question
bunch
is
of
like
little
why.
ones.
I mean, Russia's a country, and that's significantly bigger.
But you're not wrong, but also Russia has big problems. I remember when I was.
I mean,
when
Canada's
I was in,
huge.
And so is
but
China.
nobody's in Canada. Like, isn't it like 75% of it's unoccupied by humans?
Yeah.
I think that's
Pretty
kind
sure
of
nobody's in Iowa either, or whatever. Those
looking
like
at you, Dakotas.
rectangle
great,
states.
Roux. There goes our
Does anybody
listeners
live
in
there?
Iowa.
Do they exist? I don't know.
Like Wyoming.
Your listeners are in
is-
India. You're fine.
Yeah, Wyoming is the least populated state, and that's one of the big squares.
And one of the most beautiful, in my opinion. Yeah.
Which big are there big parks in what? Wait, in where? Where are we talking about?
Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
I
pretty.
will say, my wife's cousins from England came to the States for the first time, and they were on a limited time frame, and they're like, well, we want to go to New York, and then we also want to see Las Vegas, and we kind of want to see Los Angeles, and then we'll come see you. And I was like, that's ambitious for a week. And like one of the first things they said when they got off the plane was like, man, your country is huge. I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot of dead space, but
It takes a. Well, now, okay, but just so we don't lose any more listeners, we can't afford it. All of the United
All
States
spaces
is
matter.
beautiful. And all spaces matter. Matt, we can't afford this.
except Oklahoma.
Okay. What's with you know what? I'm glad you brought up Oklahoma. What's with that stretch of land that's like
the
sticking out
Panhandle.
of Oklahoma? Yeah, the Panhandle. What the like? How did that?
Haven't heard from them in a while.
That's what I'm talking about. this country is too big. Why do we've got states that look like that? And while we're on the subject, why is there a country called Latvia? No, not Latvia. What's the little one in the middle of that other country in Europe?
Liechtenstein?
That's the one. What's that doing there? I've got a lot of questions.
They have a lot of money, so don't touch them.
Of course they do.
Well, there's also Vatican City. They're their own country.
I want to thank both
They also
Vatican
have
City and
Speaking of the Panhandle in Oklahoma, I was thinking about this the other day, and now I'm looking at a map. Idaho kind of looks like Oklahoma, just tilted up on its side. Like Idaho has a handle.
Oh, I
It's
see.
just-
You want to start a war? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
They were running out of shape, so they were just...
No, Idaho.
Yeah.
Idaho is
I like that idea. That
is
they're
just
like,
Washington
what
and
shape
Montana's
should we
taint.
make? Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's not wrong.
We're gonna just let's go through the laundry list and ostracize each one of our potential listening
Wasn't that the question?
demographics.
You know what other
No,
state I
like,
hate?
yeah, what's America's greatest contribution to humanity? So,
Hating each other.
Self-deprecation.
Oh,
Yeah.
self-deprecation. That's good. Freedom. Freedom.
Some people would say the Constitution, though, because you guys haven't really, like, changed that much. Like, in Bulgaria, we, like, change our Constitution every couple years just for
Well,
fun.
to be
Whoever-
fair, we might not change it, but we don't stick to it very well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not...
yeah, it's more of a guideline rather than a rule.
That's why our
And-
speed signs, they don't say speed limit, they just say speed. It's more of a suggestion.
I like the Constitution because it hasn't changed much, but the people reading it and interpreting it have changed. Not as often as it ought to, but then they're like, well, it doesn't really mean that. The fact that we've that's stressful.
No, they just change the older they get.
Yep.
I mean, what about
This is a political
Congress
podcast
was...
I mean, like,
Some of Congress was there for the signing, you know, so they remembered the good old days.
that's true. Yeah. You know, you have 200-year-old, 250-year-old Congress people.
They look like it.
No, they're pretty close to it. Yeah. Like, what about like
I saw a
music
photo-
or
Go ahead.
like movies?
Jazz.
Like,
Hollywood. Yeah.
I mean, were the French the first to invent motion pictures?
I think that's correct. Yes, but Hollywood is for all of its faults, Hollywood is a force to be reckoned with as far as like quality. Not quality.
Because we saw what they were doing and just
perhaps-
made it better.
Perhaps innovation.
I think maybe they made it more of a business than.
Yeah, they made it a
But-
business, but they've also like pushed the envelope for like technology in film. And I don't know how much that translates to science also, because I do know that there's a really interesting relationship between like consumer, prosumer, professional, and scientific media collection. And it's interesting because I work in the sciences now, not me specifically, but I interact with science equipment that is taking like terabyte size pictures of like cellular stuff, and it's really interesting. But there's like a technological sort of overlap with like the innovation that is impacting like the film world also, which I think is really interesting. But I think they're perhaps because of adding, or perhaps because of creating a business around it, they've been able to generate revenue to then reinvest in the science of like capturing pictures and capturing video and manipulating video and the like.
I really wish I had access to the soundboard right now.
Oh God!
Why? What would you? What would you play?
The Academy
Boring.
Award play 'em off music.
Oh God! I do
But
ramble.
Brandon, to your point about the music, I think jazz, house,
Oh,
disco,
Trap.
all American, trap. But that, yep, absolutely, right up there.
just Lil Jon. That was our
I mean, he's a
contribution.
pretty great contribution.
Lil Wayne, genius.
all-
Lil Wayne,
all the Lils.
genius.
all
the
Lils.
And even the Biggie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we had.
Yep. Big Sean,
Parody.
yep.
You have Dr. Demento, Weird Al.
We have Cher, Madonna, and Britney. I mean,
Yeah,
listen.
no, that's
when
true.
it starts
That's
musing, we're, yeah.
Although, Bulgaria brought the Eurovision winner this last year.
Yes. Oh yes, absolutely. That is like the most exciting thing that's happened to Bulgaria in the last 50 years, probably.
Wait, do you guys know? Do you guys know much about
You guys know what
Eurovision?
it is?
Yeah.
It's Eurovision.
Huh? Yeah.
Am I saying Univision?
Univision's the Mexican.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
My bad. Eurovision. God, I'm like, woo! Look at this. Okay, please, Roux, take it over.
Well, Eurovision is how like ABBA became famous. Like whenever that was, like they won Eurovision. It started as a way to bring European countries together after the wars, and so every country sends in a song every year, and there's like a huge show with all the songs, and the countries get to vote by text message, but you can't vote for your own country. So you have to vote for the other countries, and then every country awards points depending on the text messages, and then they're depending also like on a panel of judges for like musical quality, and so you get like a total of 24 points per country, I think. But anyways, this year Bulgaria won for the very first time, and it's like I was a huge fan because the song is really fun. And we had like a watch party up there, but Bulgaria hasn't. That's all they're talking about, and that happened like 6 weeks ago. It's still the topic. Like
Nice.
that Bulgaria. It's all over the news. Still,
I love
and
it though
they're
when like countries are so proud of their things. I find that very. Yeah.
It's kind of endearing.
Yeah.
I mean, in a small country, it's like it's the biggest fucking deal.
I'll post it in our Discord. Roux, I don't know if you know that we have a Discord or if you interact with Discord, but I'll post it in there.
I don't, but that song entered the Billboard chart not long ago, and that's like
Nice.
the first Bulgarian song to enter Billboard. And so please
Let's
do
go.
like spread the.
Nice.
Is that the song we were talking about with Mike and Moy? They were talking about but that was like a cunt-related song or something. But
No.
Oh, I
Nope,
remember what
different
you're talking.
song.
Yeah, it was on Univision though. That was
Eurovision. Yeah.
Eurovision. Damn it, Jake.
It's my fault. I get it. I'll take the blame.
So because you couldn't vote in your own country, is that a way to get you guys in your car and drive 2 hours? Be like, oh, damn it! Now we got to drive to Siberia and vote for Bulgaria. We have to like cross into a different country to vote for the other.
I think you still can't because your phone will be registered in your home country. So if you live abroad, so that's like a way to kind of mobilize
So you need
your
a burner.
like, immigrants. Yeah. So I don't think you can.
Son of a gun.
But you were able to vote, right?
Yes, if you're outside of the EU, you can go online and like pay €10, and they'll take your money.
What? That's a racket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean they gotta put up a show
That's
every
true,
year.
yeah.
It's a huge show.
They
I mean,
got
if you
bills to
really
pay,
believe in
yeah.
this person, I'm all for that.
it's
Make money where you can. Oh, you really like? It's not for
It's
you.
€1 per vote. Yep.
But for $5, it can be you.
But it could be.
Or you get 50 for 25.
No, it's limited to 10.
Oh,
They're not only 10 votes.
Dang.
That's all you get. Well, because Israel was trying to cheat like last year, and so they cut down. It used to be 20.
sounds about
Then
right.
they cut it down to 10.
Wait,
yeah.
that doesn't sound like the Israel I know.
Didn't they
Oh, man.
get banned, or there were groups that like boycotted or something because of their inclusion?
A couple of countries didn't compete this year because when Russia invaded Ukraine, Eurovision banned Russia from participating, but they did not apply that to other similar situations. And then Israel came second, and in fact, I think that our Bulgarian singer should win like a Nobel Peace Prize, because if Israel had come in first and Eurovision had to be hosted in Israel, I think that's like Eurovision's like worst nightmare. I think we saved them pretty much.
Yeah.
So, not to make it a huge deal, but I think it's a huge deal.
We definitely need to turn up the importance of this.
Yes,
because
I think
it's
the biggest
very
news.
important.
Yes.
Do you think there's going to be a point where like the USA gets banned from things just because we're kind of shitty? Like, look at the countries that are banned from, like Russia from the Olympics for doping and just being all around cheaters. Israel for just being a terrible political leaders. North Korea, that's self-explanatory. Are we going to get on the list at some point?
Too much money.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. Too many nukes here. Nobody's going to dare.
I think there's...
We do have a lot of nukes.
Yeah.
Well, we're minus a bomber. We had one crash.
Oh, jeez.
I guess we don't need those anymore. How old?
Is that the global contribution? Nuclear arms?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
You will.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Bring it back.
The top answer here, they say electronic computers. At this point, they're almost inextricably necessary to modern life. This person says the internet has got to be up there. This person says, why me and my posts, of course.
Lame. Ban.
Downvote. Can we downvote that? Can you do that on Reddit?
Yeah. Get in there. Downvote it.
Demerit. You get demerit.
Demerit.
Either jazz or our film industry. People here have said the internet, but I'm going with a possibly spicy opinion and say the moon landing. The work the Russian and Americans did to advance space travel, propaganda, purpose or not, was a true bona fide first in all of humanity. This opened a door that could, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Changed the course of history. Blah, blah, blah.
Don't care. Got the meat and potatoes.
Well, they start talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and stuff. But
no, pass.
I don't know what
Did you guys see Amazon's rocket explosion?
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
What a banger.
Literally.
Did you see that, Roux?
No.
It happened a few weeks ago, so it'll be like a lot longer ago when this is released. But I'll send it to you because it's spectacular. No one got hurt, but a rocket didn't leave the launch pad and blew up with all of its fuel intact.
Oh, that's
and
great.
It's a shocking spectacle, in my opinion.
You know, he still walked away from that, spending as much money as he did. He's like, Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Get back to my house yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying kind of the same things we've already said. The computer, the atomic bomb, the airplane, Ben Franklin's first battery, Ben Franklin's cartography skills regarding coastal currents, Jimmy Carter's homebrewing law, colonizing the moon, the Monitor versus Merrimack, the 1985 Chicago Bears defense, the USPS. Yeah.
Awfully specific.
You said colonizing the moon, and that's an interesting word for that. Because I know as the Artemis missions are approaching getting people back on the moon and potentially a base on the moon, as of right now, I think it's it's the moon, right? So no one owns it. And they're currently in the global space community is in conversations of how do we divvy up the moon? Even if it's a science location. And I think probably similar to how they treat Antarctica. It's not like a sovereign country or anything like that. It's like a science destination. So it's
Hell, nobody's even
how's
been
that
there
going to
yet.
shake out? But anyway,
Yeah.
well,
Doesn't the word colonize suggest that there is like people there to colonize? Can you just apply that
That's a
to
good
an
point.
empty rock?
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't
a weird term to use, unless they know something we don't.
I mean, our flag is up there,
Transformers?
so finders keepers.
finders keepers.
So it's American. Yeah. It's not.
You do the Eddie Izzard has a whole thing about you can take anything over as long as you put a flag in it. It's like, this
Nice.
is mine. He's like, does it have a flag? It's like, damn it.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is that
I
an
think
episode?
that was a good
This
one.
says Little Debbie products. So
That's,
Hostess?
I mean,
yeah.
Objectively delicious. So
chili cheese dogs.
Yeah, Cheetos.
Fritos, yeah.
Anyway,
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah, because that's definitely not coming from south of the border.
well, it's Mexican inspired, but American perfected.
It's
It's
Oh, jeez.
it's Mexican adjacent.
That's upsetting.
all right. Well, I think that has been an episode. Roux, thank you for joining us and for your time.
Thanks
I
for
know
having me.
it's late where both you and Jake are. Do you? I know Jake already asked you, but do you have anything to plug or promote or advocate for?
yeah, totally. Go listen to the Bulgarian winner of Eurovision, Bangaranga by Dara. It's the shit.
There you
It's
go.
called-
Make it happen.
What is it?
Make it big. It's called
Bangaranga?
Bangaranga. Yeah.
How does it pronounced?
Bangaranga.
man, that was great.
Bangaranga. Yeah.
The way you know how you could tell American from
Bangaranga.
Bang-
hey, is that
I
their
just think like
Bangaranga?
Rufio from Bangarang Rufio.
Yeah.
It's a recently coined slang term.
Yeah, we use it for everything in Bulgaria now. That's just like
I love it.
it's great. It's turned into like a word for everything.
So like a noun, a adjective, anything like
Yep.
like
Yeah.
that's so
if you wanna be
bangaranga
like,
or
you go girl, you can just be like, all right, girl, bangaranga. Or we would say it in it's like have a nice day. You'd say like, all right, bangaranga.
How would you say
actually,
that? Give us some Bulgarian.
Actually, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. This is how I've been using it with my friends and family, but if that's how Bulgarians are using it, actually don't take my word for it, because there might be a Bulgarian listening being like, bullshit that we don't do that, because I don't
Nice.
live there. So, I take that back, but this is how me and my family are doing it.
Nice. I like it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Roux, for joining us, and thank you all for listening, and thank you to our loyal patrons for supporting the show. If you haven't already, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/qualified nonsense to show your support and catch some exclusive content, including our new show, Qualified Nonsense After Dark. Watch us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@qualified nonsense. Also, feel free to send any questions or comments to qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or hit us up on our socials or on our Discord found in the episode description. After you've done all that, please also rate, review, share, like, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We'll see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Qualified Nonsense.
This song's banging. That's
Matt's
Bangaranga.
listening to the music.
I am.
Fuck yeah! Bangaranga, everybody!
And a good
That's
bangaranga
good.
to you as well.
Are you watching the performance though?
I was watching the live one where they're all in the chairs doing
Nice.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's so cool, right? Yeah.
That's my type of music. It is.
I mean, it's like